What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. So we got some really good news today. CG did just drop a State of the Galaxy with details on Galactic Challenges, and they will be coming our way next week. So we're going to be getting all of that new content that we have been craving for a while now. And in the details, we got a little bit of a look at some of the modifiers that are coming our way, rewards, and then got an update on access to these as well. It's going to be different than what they had previously stated, which I think is going to be a big plus for the community as a whole, especially early players, to get access to this new content. So we will hop over and take a look at that. But first, if this is your first time to the channel or have been watching for a while, please consider hitting that sub button. We'd love to have you along for the ride. All right, let's hop over and take a look. So it starts off with Water Galactic Challenges, and if you didn't get to see the road ahead before, I definitely recommend clicking on that. It's got a little bit of a kind of an overview of what Galactic Challenges are, but we'll cover that in here as well. So Galactic Challenges, new game mode, obviously coming our way. And then the big thing about this is it's supposed to be content that constantly changes and gives us new challenges for our entire roster. And how it does that is by adding these modifiers based on what planet we're fighting on, what teams we're facing, and then there's also a buffer negative to your player as well. So there's global, player, and enemy modifiers coming our way through this, and there's going to be different tiers that we go through, and as we get through every tier, we get different rewards. So it seems like it's going to be a pretty good system. I am a little more interested in the rewards as well. We'll take a look down at one of these slides that gives us a little taste of what the rewards are, but it is a lower tier level reward, so I'm not sure how much better that's going to get as we go up to those more difficult tiers. All right, so let's take a look down here. So each Galactic Challenge event is based around a specific planet that loosely shapes what kind of encounters or factions you will find. On top of that, there are 3 types of modifiers mixing up the formula: global, player, and enemy. So we just went over that. Global modifiers will affect your squad and the enemies. Player modifiers only affect your squad, and enemy modifiers only impact the enemy squad. So it's going to be a nice way for them to change up the way that these feel every time. I think it's going to give them a lot of creativity in making these more difficult or more fun for us based off of themes and that sort of thing. One thing I will say about the game designers is I do think that they do a really good job when they are designing their kits for their characters, and I think this will play to that strength with them being able to design these challenges for us, come up with unique ideas for different types of modifiers, and it's going to be cool to see a lot of different places that we know and love from the Star Wars universe used in these different planet modifiers. I think is going to be really cool as well. All right, so you can see the following examples of modifiers below. So this is going to be an example of a global modifier, Dune Sandstorm. So it consistently apply damage over time to everyone in battle. To counter this, you might want a team that cleanses your entire squad frequently or takes advantage of large stacks of debuffs on the enemy. Then we've got one here for player modifier. It's going to encourage you to bring Sith, but there are no direct restrictions on using the best non-Sith as well. So it's going to give you an advantage if you take a Sith squad in there over taking, maybe a JKR Jedi team or something like that. So it's one thing that's cool too. On a lot of this, we'll hop down here. There's for the rewards, there's going to be different challenges that you can go through. So it's not just based off of beating it. It's also going to give you different challenges to go through that if you complete that challenge, you get a different reward. So that's going to be pretty nice. And I think that that's where something like the player modifier is going to come into effect, where if you're going through with the recommended squad that's going to kind of stretch out your roster, then you're going to be getting better rewards, that kind of thing. And then obviously enemy modifier, that's going to be affecting the team that you are fighting. And this right here, if we'll take a look at this, kind of jumping around a little bit, but you can see it's got the different tiers here, and then it's got the rewards at the bottom here, and then also it's got the feats that give you the different rewards that you have to complete. So I like that. It's going to, one, make it replayable. If you miss the feat the first go around, you can keep going after it until you're able to complete it. And then, like I said, it's going to stretch our rosters because a lot of these feats, I'm assuming, are going to require certain types of characters to get through and do that. I wish I could pause this and actually take a look at it. It's kind of hard to see, but that's given us a good idea of how we're going to work through this. It looks like for the enemy squad, I don't know if it's going to be certain waves. I did notice up here that there is a timer It is going to be timed. I don't know if that's going to be an always thing or how that's going to work, but it does seem like they're are giving us a certain amount of time to get through this. This does look like it's possibly a single wave for us to work through, which I think will be cool too. Maybe we can practice against, you know, solid lineups. Like this is a General Hux First Order team that maybe will give us some advantages to be able to practice that before we face that in GAC or something like that as well. So we've got the exhibition season down here. So next week, starting off, we've got Tatooine Separatist Sith. It's going to be starting on the 12th through the 18th. So we've got these running, it looks like every week going forward. And one thing that they did change that I think is going to be huge for everybody involved. At first, if you looked at the road ahead, they had mentioned doing this as part of the daily activities, which I didn't really care for. Not that most people who play this game consistently don't complete their dailies. But having that requirement before you can go in and do this, I thought was just kind of needless. So instead of doing that route, they are at level 60. They are just adding these into the event tab. So we're able to just access these, go in and play them all that we want to from the events tab. It doesn't have to, you know, we don't have anything that we have to do before we go in and do that, which allows us to maybe hop in, because like me, I do dailies throughout the day. I don't complete them all at once. It's not going to kind of hamper the time frame that I can actually play this, which I think is better. Like they want us playing the game, allow us to play it how we want to play it, when we want to play it, that kind of thing. I think is good game design, especially for a mobile game. So that is it, guys. Let me know what you think. I'm pretty excited about it. I didn't know how it was going to play out when I first saw the road ahead, because they didn't give us a lot of details here, but it does look like the rewards are going to be pretty good. I didn't mention this earlier, but from what we can see in there, they've got character shards, they've got mods, they've got gear. So it seems like it's hitting a lot of stuff. CG, if you see this video, throw some stun guns our way. That would be amazing. But that's my thoughts on it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and I will see you guys in the next video.